Hey guys, this is Brandon Adams here with PTO. Actually here as well with Beth, Daze, the owner of Workout Anytime in Lenexa. Today we're shooting the Collab over Compete series where I want to interview local business owners and ask them how they got started, what their motivations are, and how you can be successful as well. So Beth, if you don't mind, I want to jump right into it. What motivated you to be a gym owner?
That's kind of a multifaceted answer. So my past, I've been a physical therapist for 10 years. And so I wasn't in the fitness industry necessarily, but it's always been part of my life. I was actually a college volleyball player as well. And so, it's always been there in my life. After working for somebody else for a really long time, I decided, you know what, I'm going to sort of take control of the rest of my life and figure out how I can work for me only.
Right.
That feeling, I guess you could say, is the feeling of freedom.
Right.
So the drive to open my own gym was basically that feeling. I wanted to be able to control stuff.
Right.
I mean, that's part of it, honestly. You're kind of a control freak when you open your own business because you've watched everybody else do their thing, you've worked for other people, and you've decided, hey, I think I can do this better.
Right.
Or I want to do this differently. Or I want to spend more time with my family. Something like that. And I do have little kids, and that was a big reason. I wanted to be able to have my own freedom to work when I wanted to, and then it was my fault if I didn't produce. That's on me, Right. And I was okay with that, and you have to be okay with that,
Right.
So.
Wow, that's awesome. I like how you said you wanted time to and freedom. I definitely think there's definitely freedom in being a business owner now. What are the steps to owning a gym? It's not a light task to open up a franchise like you did.
No.
So what are the steps? Like, how do you get started?
So I feel like the word franchise sometimes has some negative connotation to it.
Sure.
Sometimes. McDonald's is a franchise. Subway's a franchise. Workout Anytime is a franchise.
Okay.
But the great thing about a franchise is if you take someone like me. So my husband and I, we opened the gym in 2016, just last year. We've never been business owners. We've never run a gym.
Wow.
We've never, we've never done anything like this. So the benefits of opening a franchise are huge when you're looking at someone, individuals like us, where we knew we wanted to be business owners. We knew we wanted to do this. The model was already there, so the people that came before us knew that this model would work, and they knew how to make it work. They knew it was effective. They tested everything and used the right things, took out the things that didn't work. So for us in particular, that model was already in place, and we came in. They said, this is how it typically goes, and that being said, still not easy. There's a huge learning curve with opening your own business, because all of a sudden the things that were taken care of for you before are no longer, and you just sort of have to figure things out.
Exactly.
You have to figure it out, and you have to work at something until you figure it out. That's the thing.
Right.
When you work for somebody else, if you can't figure it out, you just say, hey Brandon, I can't figure this out.
Exactly. Right.
When you work for yourself, tough luck. You got to figure it out on your own.
Exactly.
To answer your question, the steps, definitely a lot to go through as far as finding a space, finding where, going through the construction process, finding the contractor, all of those things, especially if you're in a physical space. So. Right. Yeah.
I like that, because I know there's a lot of planning that goes into it. It's not like I want to own a gym one day and just jump into it. So that's awesome. Thank you for that answer.
No problem.
Now, Beth, for those that want to own a gym one day, franchise or anything, how does one get started along that journey?
Well, the easiest thing to do, if that's something you're interested in, you always go to the website or place that you're interested in finding out about, right?
Okay.
So in particular for Workout Anytime, there's a lot of information on the website about how you would own your own gym.
Okay.
Now, not every franchise is like that.
Sure.
If you already work in the industry and you want to go out and do it on your own, that's a pretty big step. I would definitely recommend, if that were the case, make somebody your friend. that already has that business that you want to go after, or has already done it before, so you can ask them and you have somebody to lean on to talk to about doing it. But first step, you got to go to the website. You got to figure out, is this company or brand successful?
Right.
What about them is successful? What do you like about them? Especially if it's a franchise, does it align with what you want to do?
Right.
That was another thing about Workout Anytime for us. It aligned with what we truly believe fitness should be. There are other franchise gyms that feel like we fit with it. This is a place where we don't discriminate against anybody.
Right.
There are other gyms that really try to fit themselves into a box and tell this is the kind of clientele we want. It doesn't matter to us. If you want to work out, if you want to walk into a gym, we want you to walk in here, no matter what shape, size, color, anything.
Right.
That's it.
Well, that's awesome. I like how you said the business model has to fit you, because I feel like you should only do things that are organic to you. You should never have to force yourself into something, especially when it comes to owning a business.
Oh, yeah.
Putting your name on it, you have to be able
Yes.
to feel like you belong in it. So.
Yes, absolutely, because if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't work with you, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Right.
And if it doesn't fit with you, there's going to be a lot more friction than there would otherwise.
Exactly. Now, what is one thing you wish you would have known earlier? Starting up the gym, what is something you wish you had in your back pocket to say, you know what, I could have done that a lot better, or that would have been smoother?
I think probably one of the biggest things is I would have studied harder the successful gyms in the network.
Okay.
And we did a little bit. We thought we did enough, but we didn't. I don't feel. And I think there may have been some changes, that we would have made, but definitely study successful people.
Okay.
And I've had people tell me that before, and it's kind of like having a baby. There's things that people can't tell you. I mean, they can, they can tell you it's hard.
Sure.
But you don't really know until you go through it. But I guess the one thing I would say is probably study successful people. Study successful businesses in your genre, whatever it is, restaurant, clothing company, whatever. Study successful people and emulate those things that they're doing. Even if you think to yourself, well, that's weird, why would you do that? Or something about it. There's a reason that they did those things, and there's a reason that those people are successful.
Right.
So figure it out and take that information and go with it.
Right.
Keep studying that.
Keep studying it. Because success, I don't think there's just one way to do it either.
No.
As you said, there's so many other gyms out there. I think you can honestly see that business model, what made them successful in their town, and be able to duplicate that. So that's important. That's important. That's huge. And then, Beth, the last question is, I want to know from my viewers as well as for yours, how do you harmonize and balance your fitness, business, and family? Having those three all in motion, it can be a struggle sometimes maybe, but a lot to handle. But you are a mom, as well as a business owner, as well as a wife, and as well as an athlete. You work out, you own a gym. How do you harmonize that?
Well, it's a constant balance,
Right.
because once you feel like you have a good grasp on maybe one aspect of it, then the other thing just falls through, or something changes, or something shifts, and there's a little bit extra drama here or there, and something else may need more attention at the time, so it's always a balance. It's always moving, and I think accepting that fact is number one. You can strive to have that balance, but it's always going to be an active, intentional thing to keep it going. So in order to try to maintain that, and everybody does their best, but in order to try to maintain that, I would say that you have to have set amounts of time to dedicate to those things in your life.
Wow.
If you have those three things as your major players in your life, right?
Sure.
Your fitness or your health, your family, and your business, right? So dedicate your time to your fitness and your health. I know you do.
Sure.
There have been times in my life where I haven't, because I didn't feel like I could. When you have a newborn, you don't feel like you can do anything
You're right.
besides stand upright. And so there are times in your life, and I think in everybody's life, where, you know, maybe we don't do exactly what we think we should or what others think we should as far as our fitness and our health. But the biggest thing is to commit chunks of time, intentional chunks of time to those things. Just like you commit intentional chunks of time to working out.
Right.
Then with your family, you need to commit intentional chunks of time to spend time and be present with your family. You need to commit intentional chunks of time to work on your business. And whatever that balance is for you, it's different for other people. Do you know who Gary Vee is? Hopefully you do.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Some people don't. I watch him all the time. Dude is a workaholic, and he admits it. He works all the time.
Exactly.
You know, like 10, 11-hour days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And, you know, for him, and I listened to this morning, for him, you know, that's what he likes. That's his balance. You know, he works 10, 11 hours a day. Maybe he sees his family 1 hour a day. Maybe he sees his friends 1 hour a week. You know, who knows? But for him, he's happy that way.
Exactly.
You know, for you, I don't know, maybe it's different. For me, I can't work 10, 11 hours a day. Whatever the balance is for you, different for other people.
Exactly.
But finding it is committing to each of those things that you want to be major players in your life.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. Because I think that's one thing that our generation really, I don't know, has lost touch with or necessarily knows how to do, because there's so many moving parts in life, whether you own a business or not. And I think that a lot of people don't know how to strategize it. So I think that's so important, how you said, making chunks of time to dedicate to that. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Beth, thanks once again for joining us today.
Of course.
Actually, how can people get in contact with you or even come to the gym? Where is Workout Anytime located?
Okay, so Workout Anytime, we're in Lenexa. We're at 87th and Plum in the Hy-Vee Shopping Center. We're open, we're staffed 9 to 8 most days. We're a 24-hour fitness center, so if you're a member, you can come anytime you want. You can get in anytime and work out.
Thank you guys. Once again, it's here for me.